Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
Got your attention?
Damn!
Pop, WrestleMania Night 1 is in the books. Let's talk about wrestling on not a Thursday, but it's still sweet chin music. You got some guests for us?
Baby.
Help! He's got a boner! Get off me, partner!
What's up, motherfuckers?
Oh, you did that to Bleak?
He's a savage, don't worry. I'll cut his brakes on his wheelchair eventually.
Oh. What's he doing?
He's
like it so far?
WrestleMania was fun.
Everybody's been real nice.
Well, that's because you have big jugs. I mean, your boobs are huge. I mean...
Hi. Hello. Thank you for that intro.
Oh, Pop.
Perfect. Would have it any other way.
What the fuck? What the
Those
fuck?
are probably the most appropriate intros of all time. Let's be real.
It could have been worse. I could have got the boob intro. So,
you know what? Bring it backstage and put the boobs out and then bring it back in. How about that?
No, that's all right. I don't need it.
WrestleMania, man.
Great.
WrestleMania.
I have one question. Are you nursing?
Always with the boobs.
What the fuck, man? I am not nursing. I don't have big. I have normal man boobs.
Jury's out on that.
Normal man boobs. All right, perfect.
Oh boy.
Like
So did everybody watch?
Some of the wrestlers tonight had very big man boobs.
They
like,
did. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is
Lots
this?
of boobs going
Listen,
on. Yeah.
Stop it. We're gonna wreck sweet chin music. We gotta keep it professional, guys.
Oh no, you're fine. Let it go.
Well, Beckerman, why are you wearing a Marvel shirt and not some wrestling shirt? I would expect you to be like wearing like some guy body slamming somebody.
Because I spilled food on my wrestling shirt. I was wearing.
What kind of food?
The truth comes out.
Yeah, potatoes.
Potatoes. What kind of potatoes?
I had steak and mashed potatoes. Homemade.
Delicious.
Mm.
It's a food group.
I need more food.
I took my cooking break during the Usos match because I mean, let's be honest, I've seen that match like 100 times.
It was a kick fest. That
was Bleeker's favorite match.
Jesus Christ, those guys were super out of shape and they just kicked each other in the head 700 times. Shawn Michaels is looking at his he's going, what the fuck? What did you do, motherfuckers?
It was something.
What did you guys think of the tag team ladder match?
It was all right.
I could have used more ladders.
Very
something.
Very,
something.
Very
way more violence would have been nice.
Listen,
I didn't like any of the wrestlers, to be honest. I'm not really.
R-Truth deserved it.
Yeah, that's true.
That was the only nice thing about the match. That was the only thing that was nice about that match. So you got to see him and the Miz get the belts. That was fun.
Yeah, that was nice. And then who won the other belts? Was it the Leprechaun guys or the other guys?
That little monkey guy that ran up the freaking ladder.
Yeah,
what was that?
I remember, but he wasn't
there like a fucking.
He wasn't part of the Leprechaun guys that we were calling the Leprechaun guys.
No. He's
talking about
super fast up the ladder.
JD McFunko Pop.
Yeah,
JD McFunko Pop. That's his name.
Yeah, have you noticed his head is like roughly 3 times disproportionate to his body?
No, I just noticed his climbing abilities.
Maybe that's what helped him get the ladder was his big head.
Right.
Maybe.
It keeps him forward.
That forward momentum.
I just saw how fast he ran up that ladder. I've never seen anyone run up the ladder that fast.
I kept yelling at
think-
the other guys to get up the ladder. They were slow. This guy just ran
He
right
was
up.
like, bloop. He went up there faster than anybody I've ever seen crawl up a ladder.
Second belts like that. He's like, I'm not messing around with you
Yeah,
guys.
no, he was like done.
I don't want to
Got
fight.
it.
I just want to grab these belts.
Boom.
Was I the only one who thought R-Truth looked kind of scared to go to the top of the ladder?
He looks a little wobbly. He looked like he
Yeah,
didn't.
he
He stopped
hesitated.
mid ladder.
He looked
Yeah, I
like
think
he might
that's
hesitated.
He looked
I
like he might be
think that
50.
might
I
be
don't
a
know.
part of the gimmick, though, too, with R-Truth.
Could be, but he did stop mid ladder and was like, "Wait a minute." Then he
No, I
was
think
like,
it's part of his gimmick. He's supposed to be
R-Truth.
spaced out.
He's old as fuck. He's not going to the top of that ladder. Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, that
He
guy
did
looks
though.
better.
He did.
Did it?
He went up
That
there.
guy looks better at 52 than I looked at 32.
Dude, I said that. He looks great for his age. I
He
mean,
looks fantastic.
Big
Him and
words. Fuck you, Thunder. You can suck my dick. You can't get me, Thunder, because you're just God's farts.
Yeah.
Wow.
he looks like a wrestler. Unlike Sami Zayn. What the hell was that all about?
Yeah.
Well,
I
he
don't know
looked
how
better
that goes for
tonight.
the rest of
Yeah.
it. He did.
Yeah. He looked better tonight than he's did in a long time. Let's be
He didn't
real.
look like he should beat Gunther.
Yeah. Sami Zayn
Gunther-
looks malnourished to me at all times.
He
Like,
looked like a hobo.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he looked. Yeah, he doesn't look great. He didn't look great the last few times I've seen him, but he looked better tonight. Is what I was.
You think
Looks
Gunther
like he's
should have lost that way after that? The holding that belt for that long. You think he should have lost like that? Sami Zayn. Come on.
They played well. It wasn't who Gunther was supposed to WrestleMania with, so whatever. They needed to get the title off him so they can move him along. Sami
Who was
Zayn
he
wins.
supposed to go with originally?
Brock Lesnar.
Really? It was supposed to be Brock?
It was supposed
That
to
would have
be
been a
Brock.
match. That would have been a
For
good
the
match.
Intercontinental belt? Brock's never gone for that belt.
Yeah, but that's who Gunther's program was going to be with.
Wow.
And then
Brock's a
Brock
little
got caught up in the Vince scandal.
Yikes.
You surprised he didn't how you call it, introduce Paul Heyman on the Hall of Fame?
No, I don't think. I think Brock is persona non grata right now. What's up, Boston Chris?
Just chilling.
Hi.
Just chilling.
Favorite match?
From
The first
tonight,
match with Rhea Ripley.
Oh, that was the best.
Tonight,
I love, yeah.
the Rhea Ripley match was good. I like that, but I would say I think that my favorite match was the last one. It was good.
It was all
Last
right.
one was good. Seth got destroyed the entire match. That was great. He is
Yep. It's gonna help
he's sore
propel him.
tomorrow.
Well, it's
If
gonna
it
help
wasn't
propel
for
his
Seth, that
tomorrow.
match would have been. You wouldn't be able to watch that match. It was all that match was all because of Seth.
Seth did put up a hell of a show. That's for
He
sure.
took a beating like
He's
nobody
not
else.
gonna-
He's the champ.
Yeah, I mean, that's. I mean, he'll put a similar showing on tomorrow, but he's gonna lose tomorrow. I bet you. Like just because he's held that belt for a while, so it's just like, you know what, take it off and let somebody else have it.
They got a good built-in excuse now. He got his ass handed to him tonight. So
Well, the
He'll
other
get
thing that's
it
crazy
over.
too is that they haven't
Well,
really.
The way they made it now, they kind of pigeonhole themselves, and Drew has to win that belt. Otherwise, you're going to make Drew look weak.
Well,
There's no other option right now. He has to manhandle Seth after that beating he got today.
So here's the fun part with that, because you say that, okay, so Drew wins, and then Damian Priest still has that Money in the Bank contract, which he has to use at some point, and I could see him cashing in on him right away. So he gets it and then loses it.
That's
And then
fine. I get that.
you know what they're doing? They're building for two different feuds with CM Punk. They're building for Drew McIntyre to feud with him when he comes back, and they're also building for Seth Rollins to feud with him. So it could be that he holds that belt for a while. Drew wins, holds it for a little bit, then CM Punk comes back and beats him for it, and then Seth Rollins comes back to feud with Punk, and then they either let that go a little bit, and then that's how Seth gets the belt back again.
Did you guys think that there was any real surprises? Like it was
No.
it didn't-
Zero.
Didn't
Archie winning the belt. That was a little surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't my surprise.
It was pleasant. I wanted them to win. I wanted them or the Leprechaun team to win, but
I was really rooting for the Leprechauns at one point. I liked their spunk.
What about when
doesn't wear dress up like a leprechaun?
What about when Johnny Sameface dropped dude on his head through a table?
Oh, that was
good. That was good.
That was unsafe as all hell.
Yeah.
Once again, Johnny Sameface.
Good times.
Couldn't be a wrestler.
Sameface.
He always has the same face.
I like the names you cut up with these guys. It's great.
I'm pretty sure when it happened, I went, "Oh, ouch!" I'm pretty sure.
I like the 6-lady match as well. That was interesting.
Storm, man, Storm versus Rhea. Let's go.
Yeah, you know what? But it was the finish was lackluster. It was a good match throughout, but the finish was weak.
Most of the matches were like that, though.
True.
Even though Jade Cargill looked okay, she's not ready for any like big one-on-one. That's why they put her in a team match because like she's still rough around the edges.
She looks impressive though.
But I can't wait till she gets. Oh yeah, she looks great.
Yeah.
Her whole team was like the most jacked team of the night.
That
was
super
impressive.
Wrestler of the whole night besides The Rock.
Yeah.
Storm was huge, man. She
looked great.
She looked awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait for she's more seasoned and fights Rhea. What?
Who?
Remember some woman that used to walk out with Booker T back in the WCW days?
His wife Sharmell.
Not Sharmell. She was like jacked up. She was like a super jacked
Wasn't that
up.
Jacqueline?
Jazz?
No, not Jacqueline. Not Jazz. It was another chick. She was super slender, tall, muscular.
Super slender.
I'll find it. I'll give you the update. I'll find it.
You give us an update. What else?
I would say because if it's a white chick, he
no, she's a black chick.
So then it's one of three. It's either Sharmell, it's Sharmell, Jacqueline, or maybe Jazz.
Incorrect.
I don't know. I don't remember that.
I'll find her.
Did anybody see Jade when she was in AEW for one of their pay-per-views? She cosplayed as She-Hulk.
Oh
yeah.
No, I did
came
not.
in as She-Hulk. Cool. She was green, had the purple and white.
Yeah, she looked great.
Swimsuit. Yeah, I've always liked when Jade does her comic book homages.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got a fantastic.
But they did exactly what they needed to do with her. They booked around her weaknesses, which is anything in the ring. And when she did finally go to lock up, did you notice who they put her in with first? Asuka, the person with the most experience in the ring.
Yep.
Makes sense. I love Asuka.
What you should have done with her. That is exactly what you do with somebody that's greener than baby shit.
How new is she as a wrestler?
Jade? She was an AEW champion for 2 years.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know what she's doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So,
just that's like what you guys keep saying, like, oh, she looks great. Yeah, she's got the look. She just doesn't have the skill. That's why, like, she's been working with people and she's gotten a lot better. But like, I mean, her whole thing in the beginning was just like beating people with one move.
Well, she's extremely impressive looking. Let's leave it at that, at least for now.
Yeah,
it's happened with a lot of
She can't be that old, right?
Ultimate Warrior comes to mind.
She's almost 40.
Yeah,
she's almost 40.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay.
I guess she is old.
She was a bodybuilder first,
model.
right? Yeah.
That makes
and
sense.
She's married to a former baseball player, Brandon Phillips. So she's rich.
Well, she's got the body of a fucking wrestler, that's for sure. She
looks like a wrestler. Yeah. Even when she was walking to the ring, that's the first thing I noticed. She looks ready to kick ass.
Yeah, man.
So I hope she gets way more experience to come back to actually wrestle, because I want to see her go against Rhea so bad. That would be such a good match.
All right. Hold on. Let me share the screen with you guys, because I found her.
Okay.
Oh, I guess she's 31. I thought she was older than that.
I was about to say like 40. It's You see her? That was
Oh, her.
Midnight.
Okay.
Midnight. That was her name. Look at her.
I don't beefier than Jade.
Oh, she was a massive looking woman. Look at this.
Yeah, she's jacked.
Yeah.
She was. Look at this.
But Jade's jacked, but still looks very feminine. Like she looks, attractive.
Well, she looks very bodybuilderish. This chick, like, her thighs are a little bit more solid than what's her name, Jade.
Yeah.
I want to call her Storm because that's
me too. I want to call her Storm too.
Yeah.
Her name is
Jude. And Jade has bigger boobs, so she's better.
Is she related to somebody? Because her facial structure looks a lot like another wrestler. She's not.
She has like a man head.
She looks like somebody.
She looks like Booker T.
Yeah, pretty much.
She has a man head.
Yeah, that's right. She has a man head.
Wow, CJ's all about heads today. Rock has
He
an
is. He was really
He's got
obsessed
a
with
man
Rock's head during the match. It was fantastic.
Rock has a very old head.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's got an old head.
Well, he does. Sorry to introduce that notion to you people.
Yeah.
But he's got his head's getting is withering a little bit.
This is coming from a guy that doesn't show his head.
Oh, this is true.
Yeah, Jade Cargill, when she was in AEW, they did her no favors, though. I mean, they Goldberged her. They had her win her first 50 matches, and then she lost her last 2 and left the company. But the story goes, she was in an angle where they were going to have her do a chair spot. She tells them like an hour before the show, she's like, "Hey, no, I keep asking people. Nobody's told me. I've never worked with the chair before. Like, what do I do? Like, I don't want to hurt anybody out there." CM Punk ends up finding out about it, pulls her aside. He's like, "All right, here's where you're going to live. You're going to do it just like this. You're going to do it once and then drop it because you don't want to hurt anybody, and we're just going to have you work it once." Like, he ended up having to show her how to work a chair.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good for him, actually, for doing that.
But
they're tight. She's a big CM Punk fan.
What the fuck, Papa? Why are we talking over each other? You're talking over everybody.
Sorry.
That's part of the criticism, though, as far as with AEW, is that there's so many things that are just so loosely done there. It's just like you can't especially when you have someone that's very new and not comfortable in the ring doing stuff like that. You can't do that because it's just that's a recipe for disaster.
I didn't say Midnight.
Hello.
I just said she reminds me of Midnight. Yeah, she only had a few.
She really reminds you of Midnight.
A little bit, yeah. But she had that tall, slender body, and she came in like a freaking beast out of hell. Beat the shit out of guys.
Midnight, I would not say tall, slender body.
If you saw her in action, you see her
thing from the description.
No, but I'm saying you're seeing her in stills right now. But when you saw her in action, she looked very much like Jade.
Okay. Hey, Rude, what's up?
Did anybody watch the pre-show? Because CM Punk shined in that too.
My
guy Punk looked great.
He looked fantastic.
I'm surprised he didn't show up somewhere during the night. He's probably gonna show up tomorrow.
I hope he shows up tomorrow night. Is what I'm hoping.
He's gonna get involved some way to shenanigans.
I'm just surprised that no real shenanigans happened besides the 2 fucking football players. I don't know. It was a little weird. But not a letdown. The matches were okay. Some of them sucks.
I feel like Beckman would have been very upset to see when the football players came in. Not that not any sort of team rivalry, just in general. It's this is really Jason Kelsey is what you have scheduled for us. That's the big surprise for the night. It's ridiculous.
Well, I actually forgot about that.
What'd you think about Rey Mysterio winning yet another match at 50 or whatever his fucking age is?
I don't know.
I'm kind of expected that outcome.
Yeah,
I'm a building appreciation for Escobar.
Yeah, he fell in love with Escobar.
I'm really enjoying this guy. He's so angry.
When Santos bash his brains in, he's like, "See, that's a good heel. That guy is right. He's the best."
Hey, can't blame me. I like heels. I root for the heels.
Yeah.
But that's what he kept saying. He's like, there's no real heels going on. What's going on? Bash his brains in. Now that guy's a heel.
Well, yeah, you know that's a lost part of the business where they scream at them and berate them in the corner, and the crowd can hear it.
Jerry made a very good point about male wrestling. He's like female wrestling, they still do it, but male wrestling, there's no hair pulling anymore, which is funny. He's like, no one pulls hair anymore.
Yeah.
And that used to be very popular.
The stage.
If I was wrestling, I'd be pulling freaking hairs and beards all over the place.
That's why
want
you're
to see this
champion, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to
Yeah,
see this.
We had a lot of good discussions on there just about wrestling in general, and where they went ahead and had the just philosophy of it all. And it was like, well, some of these matches are getting in so quick, like they don't take their time anymore. And I was saying, I think that's partly because now, like mid card and lower card matches are between 3 to 7 minutes. It's like you don't have a lot of time to really get into it. You just kind of have to go get your spots and then get out.
I don't know, man. I missed like the Macho Man entrance or like
It was amazing.
It might also be with especially with the lighter guys that run around and do all the flips and shit. They get gassed so fast that you can't have long matches because they're like, they take it all out of themselves with all the acrobatics and everything they're doing.
The Hardy Boys and when Edge and Christian used to battle each other, they used to beat the living crap out of each other.
Yeah, it's almost like somebody was sleeping with somebody else's girlfriend.
Almost.
Almost. Just a little bit.
You kind of feel it might have been personal.
All right, well, welcome Big E Shaq. Let's start with Big E Shaq, and we're going to go around the horn, starting with Big E. First match, Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. What did you think?
Well, I'm just going to come on and give a really quick overall because I'm not going to be here long. I just wanted to give my 2 cents, and I'll be back tomorrow night, and I'll give a better review. That was the best match in the pay-per-view was the first match, and the tag match at the end was. I think that there's going to be a lot of criticism from the fans. It was overall pretty fun. It had some good spots, but it was definitely not the greatest WrestleMania ever, and that's what they were trying to promise us. But it was fun to watch, and I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun watching it with all our friends, and that's about all I got. But I'm going to watch it from the chat. I got to take care of some stuff, but I'll be here tomorrow night.
Okay.
Thanks, Biggie.
Bye.
Yeah. Later, guys.
Cheers, man.
Who dat? First match impressions.
I was bored.
Didn't like it?
No, it was all right. I was rooting for Becky Lynch just because I knew she wasn't gonna win. but yeah, it was all right. It I don't know. It just didn't feel like it got the crowd. I don't know. I didn't feel too much involved with it. I mean, I like both of the girls who were doing it. They did a lot, but Rhea Ripley was just so much bigger than her. You knew it was gonna be, what was gonna happen. So I don't know. It was a good match though. It wasn't my favorite.
Okay.
I had other ones were I thought were better.
Boston Chris, any thoughts on the first?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was great. I am a big fan of Rhea Ripley. I think Rhea is doing great as being just a heel and a dominant heel at that. I think she's just a great character, and I'm as long as I'm along on that ride. As long as she's the champion, I'm fine with it. Like she can hold the belt for a year, 10 years. I don't care. I think she's great.
CJ.
Well, unfortunately, that was the one match of the night I missed. But I do know that she won, so that was no surprise. I was expecting that to be the case. And I also probably am expecting her to be building up towards Jade as a championship match. So Rhea's, she everything that she's getting as far as the accolades and the championships right now is she deserves it. She's a big, mean, tough-looking woman. She should be kicking everybody's ass in the women's division.
Yeah,
she's today's China.
Pop wants to know, or not Pop. Bobby De La Ghetto wants to know what you're eating, CJ.
I'm eating knishes.
Knishes.
That's right, knish, potato knishes.
Okay.
Yeah, the Knish. That was that show. The guy that played Ben Grimm was on, right? The Knish.
No, not the kamish. The knish.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It's a wonderful medley of potato.
And Reno found on Ray Finkel. Big old Mr. Knish.
With a little bit of deli mustard. Yeah, like that. You know?
All right.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. K-pop first match.
Honestly, I was shocked that was the first match. I thought that would have been
was too.
2 or 3. I like that she came out to the Curse Motionless song, which is hilarious because there's a massive meme for the last several years about who's who between Chris and Rhea.
Was that a dude?
Yes, that's
Yes.
Chris Motionless from Motionless in White. There's a meme, and it's my favorite meme of all time, and they'll put both their faces next to each other, and they go, "Which one's which?" And it's hilarious. I was disappointed by the song that they sang as they were going out, which is bullcrap because Voices is their best song. But no, I was very shocked that was the first match. I liked it. Becky took a massive beating in that. She's a tough little chick, but I was very stunned that was the first match. Yeah,
but she's not the man anymore.
Bleeker?
I was also in the same boat, not just because it was Rhea Ripley, but just there's a lot of like championship matches right off the hop. There was almost no work into some awesome matches. There was a lot of just like right off the hop, we got big match. I like Rhea. I think she's awesome. She fits the bill. She looks the part. The match was a little bit sloppy at points, but other than that, like it was the best match of the night in my opinion. The last match, I also really liked the last match. It was a little, awkward, but I enjoyed it. But that Rhea Ripley match was really good. I thought it was great.
They should have swapped.
A lot of crotch shots though. A lot of crotch shots and weird.
Yeah, there was a real awkward camera angle on Rhea Ripley. Which was actually going to be in one of my 3 comments I make about that match. One, WWE does an amazing job of entrances. Everybody looks so professional and like well done up, except for Seth Rollins, who dresses like Fran Drescher, and sounds like her too with the whole. But
it was the best part of the night. Come on, that train was majestic.
Standing there. No, we'll get to that when we get to that match.
Yeah. We gotta get to that.
I got a few things to say about that one.
Who tries to look mean while wearing that dress? I don't know.
They really should have swapped that Rhea Ripley match with the 3-woman tag later on.
That would have been better. That would have been cool.
I kind of liked opening up the match or the night with Rhea though and Becky because it felt big. The entrances were amazing. I thought it was cool that Becky had her ring gear and her dress she wore to the ring was all made up of her book. She was literally wearing her story. It sucks that she didn't feel well. If that's the true story and she had 102 fever like earlier, that sucks that she had to work like that.
Yeah.
Rhea can have a good match with a broom as far as I'm concerned. Like,
she's a good worker, man. She knows how to she's really good. She's for seeing her. Oh, what happened?
Papa.
We lost Pop.
Yeah, she was really good as far as just watching her wrestle. She's very good.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't this Papa stream?
Yes.
It is.
So we got rid of him?
We're the captain now.
Yes.
Well,
there he is. There he is. Hi, Nora.
Sorry, Becca.
So anyway, my last thought about women's wrestling, not just this match. There is now a thing in women's wrestling, and I'm sure a lot of people like it, but it just seems like whatever your shorts are for your ring gear as a woman, you've got to bring those up as high as you can.
Oh yeah, a lot of butt.
For the butt. And my God, it's like everybody's doing that. AEW does it, WWE does it. If you're trying to get me to take it seriously enough of the Nightwing Festival,
Well, I've never wanted to read lips more than I did tonight. That's all I gotta say.
Well, they had to do something to recover the loss of the bikini and the G-string.
The gravy
Ever since they got
matches?
rid of the G-string, there's been a void in the WWE. So
it just looks uncomfortable. It's like power wedgies on
Listen.
everybody.
How are you wearing fishnets while wrestling, while getting yanked up? No. You know how hard it is to wear fishnets as it is? I'm wearing fishnet
weirdly enough,
pants
Katie,
right now.
I don't.
Let me tell you, it's not the best.
Strangely enough, I don't have experience wearing.
Pop
And then
match a pretty high.
You know what's crazy about that is that there was in the six woman match, a point where they were trying to inspire. I forget who it was that was getting beat up, but they're like, "Come on, tag us!" And Jade Cargill's leaning over, and like the cameraman's like right next to it, and you get a whole just left cheek in your face, and I'm like, it's just there. It's just like that. That's the thing. It's all about the butt now for women's wrestling.
Well, they could have done. They could have showed you her cooter wedgie. They do those things too.
They did for Rhea. There was that one camera angle.
I told you I never wanted to read lips more in my whole life. So
you became a professional liberator.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Like there was like one pin where they were just I was like, wow.
Like my wife was even like, really?
Like, there we go. So I guess
come on, babe. It's just wrestling. It's fine.
Yeah.
No, my wife would say the same stuff. She's like, "Oh, now I know why you like this." I'm like, I'm not the one telling them what move to do.
Has she seen 90s, 2000s wrestling with Sable and Miss Kitty and all of them? There was boobs galore, like full-on flashing bras and panty matches. Like,
the whole point was we moved on from that era.
Yeah.
No, we did not move on. We're just finding alternatives.
I think Rhea's bringing it back, buddy. Rhea's bringing it back.
I'll tell you right now, like the craziest thing from that era, every time, like anytime you found out that there was going to be a Jacqueline match or Jacqueline anything, any bump that woman took, they came out. Like she was responsible for more unintentional nudity on live television than anybody else. I remember she got powerbombed and everything came out. I was like, wow, this is ridiculous.
It was happening. It was happening back in the day. Yeah.
That was amazing. I was just sitting there, just a little kid, just like, oh man.
Well, Jacqueline knew what she had, and she didn't want, she flaunted it for everybody.
I don't think she knew what she had. I mean, I think she knew.
Well, she was well aware. She knew exactly what she had.
But I don't think that she wore things on purpose so it would happen. I think that she tried to keep them in, but it's just like, nope, they're coming out. Like she just, whatever outfit she had, what they had her in, she just popped out all the time.
Yeah, those girls back in the day were vicious, and they were yanking clothing like nobody's business back in the day.
Man, there was some on purpose clothing yanking going on there.
I despise Sable.
I don't care for her. Yeah.
I feel like Jerry remembers. Remember when they used to sit there? They used to do the thing where they would grab a girl by her arms or whatever, and then the other female would stand on her hair and like pull her up and just be basically making the hair out by the roots.
Yes, the hair pulling.
Yeah, they would sit there and just try to rip out all their hair at one point. And it's just like so women's wrestling used to be. I mean, like brutal.
Remember what a great image that gave the spectator? The whole pulling of the hair and the chest popping and the whole thing.
You might be into something different, CJ.
He is, but no. When I started watching wrestling back again, because I've been a huge fan since the '80s. Like when I started watching like 2 years ago, my favorite stuff has been the ladies wrestling.
It's been good.
Specifically because they are so technical. They are so good. It's so much better. This is what I wanted back in the 90s when they were like, oh yeah, we're going to bring out Alundra Blaze, and she had no one to fight.
Charlotte's probably one of the top 5 wrestlers.
Don't watch AEW? Okay.
So AEW's problem is that I mean, they gave women's wrestling a platform for about 5 seconds, and then every time from that point on, just somewhere in there, they were just like, all right, we're gonna have a women's match, and the best woman at the time was Britt Baker, and Britt Baker was putting on great matches on pay-per-views and putting on great matches on television, and then they just started like giving them no time, and then it got to the point where they put them on, and the match is like 32. They had one match I think that was like 2.5 minutes. And this is like that's the match.
I don't know. They almost paralyzed Anna Jay, so I mean, we got that going for us.
Yeah, I mean, they've hurt a bunch of. Like I remember one time when I thought it was a little bit brutal was when was the lady the bunny. Like she was in a match with somebody else and she got busted like right around here. And she was bleeding like a faucet. I was like, you know, you're not gonna stop the match and I'm like, and then she just kept going. And I'm like, that girl needs like stitches. Like that's a deep cut. And they were just like, that's what I would say about AEW. AEW, while I like a lot of stuff they do, like in the beginning they used to
Their
really
women are
put the envelope
untrained.
for violence, and they just you could tell that like some people weren't the most safe. That's why they had so many injuries early on. That's what hurt
Similar
them
to
a lot.
TNA.
Huh?
It's similar to TNA, what they used to do there.
Yeah. But TNA was a little bit safer, like because I mean,
Really?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Because think of it this way: at least TNA, like AEW, their first few title changes were like all interim titles. Why? Because everybody kept getting like they'd win a title and then they'd get hurt, and then you had to put some of the belt on someone new. And
You
it happened.
remember the Hulk Hogan Ric Flair match that they had on TNA?
Oh,
that was very safe.
Was that the one where they're in Japan and he's like bleeding all over everywhere?
Yeah, bleeding all over themselves. They're like freaking 100 years old each.
I'm trying, Pop.
Hey, yeah. So there are two ladies wrestlers that I really wish they would have done more with, like actually let them wrestle like back in the day. And that was Chyna, because she never really got to wrestle. Like they try to put her in like with the guys and stuff. But my other one that I would have loved to see wrestle more, and she was batshit bananas, was Luna Vachon.
Yeah.
I loved her. I wish she would have done way more crazy banana stuff.
Luna should have definitely wrestled more.
All right, so next match.
Yeah.
We had a ladder match, which we kind of talked about briefly.
Mm-hmm.
Was that second match, right, Pop? The tag team?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So we had a tag team match. Who dat? Are you still there?
Maybe.
He's potentially there.
We'll come back.
We will come back. Boston Chris, any thoughts on the tag team match?
Yeah, it was fun to watch overall. It was entertaining. I think that they didn't do much to build the drama for that first title win where the A-Town guy, what's it called? Theory and the other one, like it seemed like they got the belts with no resistance, and then later on it was kind of like the same story where you have the people who just everybody hits a big move and then somebody else tries to sneak up the ladder and then they get beat by a big move and it just kind of like it just seemed like they had to overcompensate and really like climb up slowly to build the drama so that they could stop the other guys to getting it. So I was happy to see that Awesome Truth won. That was fun. But I mean, I think that there could have been a little bit more to it as far as that, like, a little bit more drama building in there and just kind of making it seem like those titles were important, because it almost seems like they're really not. Like the way that they had that go, it kind of ruined, the prestige that was around. That's not just my opinion on it.
Comic Journey.
Honestly, the first Knish was good. I call it the first title was felt cheap. That got one. It like really, really cheap. He just basically ran up that ladder and got it, and that was it. You're right. No drama, no nothing. R-Truth getting it was fun as far as the novelty of it and the nostalgia and that kind of thing to get it. But overall, it wasn't a great match. I've seen ladder matches 10 times better with a lot less people. They weren't utilizing all the people at the same time. They weren't doing a lot of acrobatics. They didn't do people jumping off of one ladder onto the other, which you would have expected with that group of guys doing. You would expect a lot of other stuff, like people hanging from the belts off the ceiling. They didn't do any of that kind of stuff. And that's what I was expecting to see in a match like that. So, very underwhelming match. That's about it. I'm just happy that R-Truth actually got one of those belts, because it was like a little bit gratifying.
WrestleMania win. His first WrestleMania win.
Nice.
Yeah. And I feel like they didn't really build that into the story until the very, very end. Like, oh, he won his first WrestleMania match. Just like, like there was no like, I guess like just build to get people excited. Like, oh, like he's really gonna do it. Like it just kind of seemed like, oh, yeah, there was like an afterthought, like a footnote. Oh,
well, they kept talking about how old he is.
They hyped it during the pre-show.
Oh, all right. That's why I missed
He
it.
the same age as The Rock? And they're going, oh, The Rock is so old. Oh,
Only his head.
Yeah, but his head doesn't look as old as The Rock's head.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, Truth has been around for a while.
Yeah, Katie.
Okay, I agree completely. First belt win, blah, just meh. And then the second one, I liked it better, but it also felt like there was a whole ton of stuff that happened, but also a whole nothing happened during this match. So many ladders got crunched. Well, like when that guy, I can't remember who it was, when he went through that ladder, it just crunched himself after getting the belt. That was the best part of the match.
Yes. And that, I guess you can go back to what Becca said about because I actually forgot about the Johnny Gargano spot. That was like looking back on that, like that had all kinds of dangerous like written all over it, and even the Grayson Waller thing looked a little dangerous too. But
when I forgot his name, the Demon Team guy was crawling up the ladder and that was crunched in at the bottom. I really thought it was gonna crumple and he was gonna fall over. I was waiting for that to happen.
Damian Priest.
His partner. Yeah.
Oh, Finn Balor. Yeah.
Yeah. By that time, that ladder had it. And
it was already crumpling in at the bottom, and I was like waiting for yes, let's crunch this. But when
they tried to stop Damian Priest from going up one of the ladders because they were worried about it crumpling.
My favorite part though was when I forgot who it was, but he took one of the leprechaun dudes and he just flipped him off the top and just landed on him. It was great. Amazing. That was a good time.
Catch Republic.
I have to say this though. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bates, the leprechauns, they probably worked that match the best out of all the teams.
They did. I was rooting for them. They were doing so well in that match. They were doing great. It was amazing.
And if WWE's listening, you should call them the leprechauns because that's how
you hear that.
I would call them leprechauns and bring Hornswoggle in with them and keep him under the ring.
That. Isn't he supposed to be coming back? Somebody mentioned that he was coming back.
Pete Dunne's had enough different names. Let's just keep him Pete Dunne.
Well, he could stay Pete Dunne, but he could be part of the leprechauns.
He was already a leprechaun. He was Butchie, and we brought him back to Pete Dunne. Let's keep it that way.
Okay.
But look at what an angry leprechaun he looks like with his long hair and everything. He looks like a really vile, angry leprechaun. He's great.
Bleeker, any tag team thoughts?
Yeah, it was about people. There's no. Remember, how Shawn Michaels when he crawls up the ladder really slowly. It's because he's beat the shit out of and he can't fucking move, and you're like, God damn it, Shawn, get up there, man. Well, these guys just sort of stepped one step at a time. We're like, nothing bad had happened to them. They were just like, I'm just gonna walk up this ladder real slow.
Yeah. They were dangling up there, clutching it with their pants below their butt.
And then there was I watched the outside of the ring match as opposed to the inside of the ring match, and it looked super fake. Like everybody, it looked. There was too much going. People were hurt it was so bad. As far as the outside of the ring match going on, of course, there was all.
That's going to be one of my points.
All the good power moves, of course. There was great power moves in the match. The guy jumping off the fucking ladder, that was cool. There was some cool shit, but the outside of the ring was it was hilarious to watch that actually go on. Is these guys just acting all fucked up, and they're like, it's just weird. It was really bad choreography, in my opinion.
Papa's super generous with his stars.
Wow.
Yeah, 3.75 is a bit.
That's super generous.
Yeah.
Out of what? How many? 10 stars?
5
out of 5, I'm guessing. So my thoughts on it: there's an epidemic in wrestling now that when you have more than 6 people in a ring is where you see it the most. But I've seen it in tag team matches too, where it's just 4 people total. The waiting for your spot on the outside crouched and the camera catches you infuriates me to no end.
That's just so bad, right?
I see red because it's so fake, phony bullshit. Like if I see a guy crouched in the corner waiting for some spot, I want him to lose. Like just get him out of the building. Like I'm done.
I also feel the
If
same
you
way when I
can't
see the
sell-
guy with the arm draped over his head as he's peeking under to like see
I
what's
hate it
happening.
all.
Like, come on,
We've
bro.
got too many people in the match. Then if you
Yeah.
can't find something to do and earn your paycheck, that you're just crouched on the outside waiting for your spot. I
Mhm.
hate you. I hate you.
Well, Beck, there was what 8 teams in that tag team match? 8
There's
teams total.
4
12
teams, I think. 8
people.
guys all together.
Oh, there were 6.
It was six tag teams.
Yeah.
Six
New catch.
tag teams.
Oh, what
How
about
come there's no more than like 4 people in the ring at a time?
and I
No, that was just kind of a free for all.
forgot to mention, what about the commercial that happened in between that with the other 2 weird English wrestlers that reminded me of some weird version of Hunter Hearst?
So some people might have not got that because I had different commercials on mine than what Pops was had.
I don't have commercials.
Yeah.
It was like a weird wrestling spot.
Yeah, that was weird. But I had other commercials at the
Oh, Pretty
at the time.
Deadly. Yeah, they're awful too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think one of the other things that was kind of weird was that like I was surprised to see Austin Theory in that match, just because I had heard that they got switched out for Pretty Deadly, and then I guess they switched Pretty Deadly out. Like so, it was like it was kind of weird to know who was actually going to be in that a little bit. But then to Beckerman's point too, yeah, like that thing where they all just kind of like, you have all those different spots and it's just like, everybody just kind of knows their parts. It's like, all right, it's my turn to come in and knock this guy down and then stand tall and just wait for someone to knock you.
Yeah,
Like,
they get up so they're like
know.
all knocked out and then all of a sudden they jump up real quick when it's their spot. It's really weird.
It was also pretty disappointing that the Motor City Machine Guns didn't make a surprise debut in that match.
And I know people were talking that was
the match.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, another thought I had, DIY. I've never had a tag team I'm so split on because I love Ciampa, but I hate Johnny Sameface. And also the name DIY, I'm so confused. Do it yourself. Who's doing what themselves? There's 2 of you. Are you asking us to do it ourselves? Like what do you want? Who's doing it to whom?
You don't worry about who's doing what to who. Just do it yourself.
DIY is a weird tag team.
It's a weird name in
is.
general. DIY, yeah, man.
I mean, if you're saying that you guys are handymen on the side, nah, Ciampa, don't quit your job. You should be a
Handyman,
wrestler.
yes.
Johnny Sameface, why don't you grab a mop or something, dude, and like clean up the place because you fucking suck.
He could have taken over the one
when I hear that name,
dude
it always
outside.
makes me think of like Bob Vila or something like that. Like it's like do it yourself. Like that. That's all I can think of is Bob Vila or somebody. to fix
They
it
don't
out.
even wear tool belts to the ring or anything. There's no gimmick here. Like, do it
This would have been a
yourself. Who's doing
perfect
it?
opportunity for the construction kid that you battled to make his entrance.
The constructor, yeah, I know.
Yeah, that would have been perfect. But shout out to the one guy in the black sweats that was crawling on the ground doing his work outside the ring.
Oh yeah, the ring crew guys.
Yeah,
they didn't do good to hide them. I saw
No.
he kind of like a little rat. He's like,
Shout out goes to the
Scurrying
Peppa
around
Pig.
on the
Shout out
ground.
goes to the Peppa Pig sign with the 9 Inch Nails T-shirt.
Yeah, that was
I
great.
gotta show that guy who put that sign together.
Yeah.
That's
The Santa.
like, why that sign?
Santa deserved it. Yeah, I saw that.
Santa deserved it. What was that about?
So back in
deserved it.
it's either the 80s and 90s, that Santa Claus came out and they threw like batteries and shit at him.
Yeah, they threw snowballs at him and shit. They were fucking Philadelphia's a
I
mean
forgot
city.
about that. Yeah. Philly's
It
a
is.
garbage town.
It's a
What
mean city, bro.
terrible. What
I
a
remember-
terrible.
Surprised.
I've had the fortune of actually going to a live ECW event in Philly. And back in the heyday, like the 97, 98.
Huh?
And honestly, they're either one of the best crowds or one of the worst crowds you ever want to be around. Like if you don't play with their program, you're gonna get first of all, like when I went there, I didn't tell anybody I was from New York. You don't tell them that you're from New York. You don't tell them. You pretend you're a Philly guy.
You can't tell by the accent.
No, because Philly and New York guys don't have that much of a change when we're talking to each other. We could start like
they're both garbage cities.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, I said it.
I
speak for
the
entire heartland.
Yeah, I'll never forget. I think
listen, Mr. Barbecue, Kentucky, Kansas City man. Okay, no garbage here. We got top notch New York.
Yeah, I forgot. New Jersey's where you guys all dump your trash.
That's right.
There was a game. I think it might have been a playoff game, like years and years and years ago, in Philly. And Fat Joe and Ashanti were on there, and they were performing. And these people took the batteries out of their beavers and launched them at them. They got about, I think, maybe a line and a half into their song, and then they had to quit because they were getting pelted with batteries. So Philly fans, if they don't like you, they let you know right away.
I'll tell you something, Philly as well. I've been to like a game in the heyday when Iverson used to play there. That's a vile crowd. Watching that team, the Sixers play, that was a vibe. They were worse than the wrestling crowd. The basketball crowd was way, way worse. Philly have vile people. They're scary.
Yeah, they're passionate.
They make good cheesesteak though. And good pizza too, believe it or not. Not as good as New York, but good pizza.
Oh,
never been to Philly.
One final thought on the tag team match. Corey Graves wins for comment of the night when he talked about Finn Balor's hoodie wore to the ring. He was like, and Finn Balor has just come from threatening Gotham City's water supply with fear toxin. I was like, damn, Corey Graves, that was pretty good.
I mean,
is he still married to what's her name? The
Carmella? Yeah, Corey Graves is married to Carmella.
I think recently that baby must have been born soon because I'm pretty sure that that's why she hasn't been around because they had the baby.
Yeah, they had a kid.
Yeah,
I used to love Carmella.
She's got some long legs.
I used to love her when she used to come out with that asshole and the tall guy.
Oh, Enzo Amore.
Yeah.
God, if the East Coast was like the Upper East Coast was a person, it's Enzo Amore. Like everything I've ever hated about the city of New York is like just rolled into one person with that.
He was more Jersey than New York. Let's be realistic.
But I think he claimed New York as his home, right? And
but like his mannerisms were very Jersey, very like fucked up Jersey. That's what his mannerisms were like.
When you say
his spelling was what I would expect out of Jersey. SWAFT soft. SAWFT, yeah.
Whatever happened to his partner? He was a dud.
Big Cass is in AEW.
Is he doing anything?
Big Bill.
Big Bill is his name, yeah. Big Bill Morrissey.
He lost his opportunity. They could have done something with him in WWE. But.
Well, he beat Carmella in real life when they were dating, so that got him fired from WWE. Yeah. From what I hear, though, he's gotten help. Like he got treatment, turned his life around, proved himself.
What treatment did he get? Don't do that again. They told him.
Yeah, okay. I think he went to therapy. I don't know.
Yeah, because he I guess got to a drug problem and became suicide. He became very depressed. I'm not going to go and say the word.
You know what they should have had done? They should have Brock Lesnar go kick his ass, so you could feel how it's nice to have an oversized human beating the shit out of you.
They can't have Brock Lesnar do anything.
Well, not anymore.
No, Brock's done.
Big Show. They could have the Big Show kick his ass.
Yeah, Enzo Amore's still around too on the indies. He wrestles as NZO.
Yep.
The real NZO. God, I hate that guy so much.
He really burned himself. He had a gimmick going on that he could have made some good money from.
He burned himself.
Yeah, no, he
tell us how you really feel.
He got himself kicked out of the locker room and everything. So
yeah, he's just a terrible person. Yeah. So yeah, Corey Graves wins comment of the night. Other than that, I
He
don't have
usually
any.
does,
What was
though.
the next match, Pop? Do you remember?
Doesn't Corey
Did
usually
we
win
go into
comment
the
of the night?
women's?
I think the
3-on-3?
next one
Wasn't
was
it
the,
that? Was it
the next
six-
one was the Rey Mysterio.
No, or
Rey
was
Mysterio?
it
Yeah.
the Red Mysterio?
Oh, jeez.
So we have
I
Rey
forget that match.
Mysterio, who needs to retire.
Mhm.
His son, who
yeah.
is a heat-getting machine.
Yep.
Andrade for reasons, because we got him back.
Yeah.
And Pablo Escobar.
I like that guy. He was the shining star from that match.
He was.
Listen, I understand he has a different first name, but let's just call him Pablo Escobar.
He was so
Pablo
good.
Escobar. Yes, that's what we called him.
He's such an asshole. He was yelling at them while he was beating them up. Yeah, I love
I
that
think
guy.
you fell in love during this match.
I know.
Yeah,
Amazing.
like, he went from being like, oh, this guy's kind of cool, to like, this is a wrestler right here. Like, this guy's amazing. Look at him.
Yeah.
This guy, look at this guy.
I never really watched him up until now. I was
You were enamored.
surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when he told what's it called? When he told Dominic to get a chair and bash his brains in, like that's when Journey fell in love with him. He was like, this guy's the greatest of all time.
If you
Hi
saw
to
his
Comic
eyes,
Cab.
big as saucers when he said that.
Whoa.
They
He was
just
like,
open.
oh,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Where have
You
you
could
been
feel
on
his heart open up like the Grinch. It just grew
Yeah.
3 sizes that day.
But that's how you do it. You yell at everybody while you're fighting them, and that you tell him, man. That's what our heel does. He yells at everybody, the crowd, his opponents,
Yeah.
the referee, everybody.
I was just trying to figure out how much the members of the LWO get paid and why.
Yeah.
Like,
It seemed
just what a
kinda
bunch of
weird that they all
useless
stood there.
people.
The coolest looking guy didn't even wrestle. Carlito's the coolest looking guy on that
I think
side.
he's injured.
You didn't like the
Carlito
fringe, you didn't like
injured,
the fringe pants? Come on, the fringe pants.
Dominic, come on.
I
Come on.
cannot
Great.
stand
With the
Dominic.
weird skirt and the
Why?
You're not
Why?
supposed to like him.
Dude, I don't like the way he looks. I don't like the way he wrestles. I don't like the way he
We
talks.
kept calling him baby face during the
I don't
whole
like his
match.
face.
He's
I
a
don't like
chicken
anything.
shit heel. It's one
I
of the
don't
most
like
classic old style wrestling. And
No
the best
problem.
thing
At
about
least look like a wrestler, though. At least look like a wrestler. He doesn't look like a wrestler. He looks like the skin from a wrestler.
He looks
he
like
took
the
his
guy
skin
that
off.
goes to NASCAR that eats fucking fried chicken in the stands and be like, yo, or maybe possum.
I don't like his mullet. I don't like anything
Oh,
about
I
him.
love his mullet. I love everything about him. Like,
He does not
because the
look
best
like
thing
him.
about a chicken shit heel is you can beat him. You can beat him every night. It doesn't matter. He doesn't lose his heat because the reason he has heat is because he's a chicken shit.
Yeah, but the thing is, a heel should at least have some threat in him. Like he should be threatening somehow. This guy doesn't look
Right.
threatening. I'm more
Yeah, he
threatened
doesn't
by
look like
Sami
he could
Zayn
whip cream
hobo.
with an outboard motor.
I'm more
Listen.
threatened from Sami Zayn the hobo than freaking Dominic.
There's
know.
no way Rhea would lose against a match with him. Let's put it
No.
not happening.
Rhea will
Not
wreck him.
happening.
She's just kayfabe girlfriend. There's there would be no need for a match.
Maybe
Like
they
that
will
one.
have a match soon, and she'll kick the shit out of him. I hope that happens.
What was it? Charlotte Flair punched him in the face, and Rhea Ripley lost her mind. She's like, "How dare you? You would swear that, like, you know."
Andy
she
Kaufman looked more intimidating than Dominic.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's Becky
Lena
Lynch.
Vega not wrestling anymore, Pop.
Yeah, that's a good question.
You know, she just
Is that
sits
why she's
around
outside?
in the LWO. She just draws a paycheck.
Well, all those guys did nothing until like the very so was it I forget Legado del Sol, like their girl got on the apron, and then that inspired everybody to
that
kind
was
of get
cool.
involved, and then that was the end of that. Like there was no helping your friend throughout the match that like made sense.
There was a lot of people that were there that didn't help with the matches. It was just kind of like them standing there. I thought Paul would have at least whacked somebody with the belt at least one time. I was like, what? This is not happening. You kidding me?
Andrade has a great look, but he's a very like blah as a wrestler. At least today.
Andrade's
You know what-
problem that I have with him is that he like, all right, he's supposed to be a babyface now out of nowhere. He seems like he would be a heel, but he's playing the babyface right now. He's got no actual real role. He's just kind of there.
He should be partnered up with Escobar. He should partner up with Escobar, and they should kick the shit out of Dominic together.
Biggie said it was also a slow match as well. I don't disagree. It was pretty slow.
right there.
Yeah, for a high flyer match, it was very slow.
The baby faces had 5 guys in their entourage plus 2 members of the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, what is this? It's like opposite day.
Exactly.
The baby faces had an entire army to beat a chicken shit heel and Pablo Escobar.
There was a couple matches like that. I couldn't tell who the heels were. That one and the 6-woman tag. I couldn't figure out who the heel is out of the 2 sides.
Well, the heels were
Damage Control was the bad guys.
Were they?
And
were
that
they
was
really?
the next match. So let's go right into that. So Damage Control versus the team of Jane Cargill and her friends, Bianca Belair and Naomi.
So Damage Control was Asuka, Steve?
Yes.
Asuka's team, yeah.
How is she a baby face? She looks like the most evil human being on earth.
They're not baby faces.
No,
they're the bad guys.
Yeah, they're heels.
Bianca's a good guy. She whips people with her fucking hair.
That was the highlight of the match.
Bianca's a good guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
She seems very heelish to me.
Not
so does
really.
Jade.
Well, Jade hasn't even established herself as anything. She's just kind of there.
Yeah, well, she's like that mean, overpowered bouncer.
They're making Jade into a superhero. It's obvious what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, she was just happy-go-lucky, smiling and everything. The only
the only one that didn't give me any kind of heel vibes was what's her name, Naomi. That's it. Everybody else gave me heel vibes.
The only big criticism I had about that match was that, like, it just, if you're gonna make it basically a squash match, then end it quickly. Because, like, I mean, the Damage Control got like next to no offense in, and it just kind of dragged out for a long time. And it was just like, the Bianca Belair team was in no danger whatsoever. It didn't matter what happened. Even if they kind of had somebody in the corner for a couple seconds, it was like they overpowered them left and right. So it's like it made those 3 members of Damage Control look super weak. Like there was
what kind of baby face uses a weapon? What kind of baby face uses a weapon?
I don't know who the Art and Times of Jay Ryan are, but that's awesome.
I
get 13 Cokes vibes from.
That's right. You get 13 Cokes vibe. That's right.
You had a bottle of Coke in your hand a minute ago. That was great.
I did. I drank it all.
What's up, Jay?
It was Coke Zero, though.
Coke Zero.
Is that a coffee?
Oh, same thing.
No, this is a coffee I'm drinking now. I'm
there you
drinking
go.
Coke and now I'm drinking coffee.
She's filling up.
Did you watch WrestleMania, Jay? I know you were getting back into it. Talking about it.
But unlike other people, I drink Coke Zero because it has 0 sugar in there.
That's good.
Yeah, because you're sweet enough, I'm sure.
That's right. That's right.
Then Sami Zayn versus Gunther.
Now
I think we've said everything I have to say on Sammy.
Yeah.
That was a meh fight.
That gets a big dude. Did you notice how many times he maimed himself before he even got to the ring?
I didn't think he was gonna make it to the ring.
He broke his arm. Then Kevin Owens
I wanted to double cross.
He broke his hand punching the fucking punching the
Kevin Owens like, go get him. Boom.
I like Sammy. I don't like
love
him
Sammy.
with this level of a push. I don't know if he should have been the one to beat Gunther. I
No.
would have rather it be somebody that was on their way up, honestly, like an Austin Theory, but he's a heel, so that wouldn't have worked. I would have liked to have a younger guy that needs the win. You know what I mean?
LA Knight would have been a good one.
LA Knight would have been a great choice. Doesn't really fit the younger category, but yeah.
Dummy.
Also, what's going on with AJ
Yeah.
Styles' hair?
Dummy. Yeah.
Is anybody else concerned by that look?
Very,
What's going
very.
on?
Well,
It was a
listen,
weird look.
I can't see AJ Styles lasting a lot longer. I think he's at his end of his career.
Well, I don't know. He's at the beginning of his juice cycle. My God, he's massive.
Yeah, he's huge.
That dude is
got real
juiced
big.
like Tropicana.
I think he's got one last run in him, and then he's gonna say good night to everybody.
Is
Good
that
night,
right
God
in the
bless.
bathroom to stick a needle in his butt?
Probably.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
he
the,
wants
I
to-
think the Sammy push thing is kind of giving him. I think it's kind of making up for last year. What was it? Not WrestleMania, but was it right around the Royal Rumble? Basically, when he turned on Roman and became like super hot, like he basically got the Kofi Mania type push.
You
And
don't
they
think
wanted-
you don't think that was enough of a push for him?
But he lost though. That was the thing.
It doesn't
Like,
matter.
he-
Why? Did you expect him to win against Roman? Come on.
No. But I'm saying like he basically was the most popular thing in the company. So it was like you basically could have built that out. Like you could have made a legitimate argument that he should have beaten Roman. How popular he was.
Well, he finally beat
And he
somebody
lost.
in front of his golem-looking wife. So
Yeah.
yay.
Damn.
I'm glad you said it. I
Sami
didn't say it.
Zayn's wife looks like she just crawled out of a TV in the ring.
I am so happy
I'm
you said
sorry,
it and
that
I
woman
didn't say it.
It's disturbing.
But the thing is,
I
that's
thought
why
it,
think
but I didn't
missed.
say it. But you
That's
said
why
it.
I think. But that's why I think he got the title is because of the fact that he couldn't win that title, and then of course he's not a tag team champion anymore. So it's like, all right, let's give him this. I mean, you
that
can
is
also
so
argue that-
bullshit. Honestly, ever since Daniel Bryan winning that freaking championship, and people try to push the underdog that clearly doesn't deserve to win it. Like I'm so sick of that narrative of
Are you
like,
saying Daniel Bryan didn't deserve to be a champion?
dude,
I
he
don't know
looked like a dude. He should not have beaten anybody within that realm. He looked like a
Arguably
little.
one of the greatest
he's
wrestlers
one of
on
the best
earth.
of all time. Like,
At
you
that
can't-
time. At that time.
Really,
Nobody was
he was better wrestler than who did he beat? Batista. All right.
Technically,
Absolutely,
technically
yeah.
yes. He was
But
technically
Daniel
perfect.
Daniel Bryan's role for a long time, and maybe this is why you don't
He
see
was
him as
not heavyweight championship material. The word heavyweight.
You can't look at that anymore and say that.
Oh, I
it wasn't-
could, and I
Well,
do.
But that's the problem. That's the one caveat that always everyone tries to sit there and say. It just if you look at a world champion, like if you're looking at the best wrestler to be the one to carry the brand and to be like he's the guy. If
Would
you're
you
always
put
around-
Daniel Bryan against freaking Brock Lesnar and visually
Yeah.
like, oh my god, they could compete with each other? Come on,
it's
man.
not. I mean, all right, but then to go ahead and do another caveat from that. So, I mean, size wise, do you think that Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, literally had a chance of really
Yes,
beating Andre the Giant?
Yeah, Hulk Hogan was a big dude.
I did.
Hulk Hogan was a big dude. He wasn't a
No.
miniature dude.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that Andre the Giant's size, literally, like if you look at him back in the day when he was actually like legitimately good, like you knew that anybody who beat him, and it hardly ever happened, but anyone who beat him, he let them win because there's no way you're beating that guy. If
Yes,
he doesn't
at
win,
least
win,
Hulk
When I was
Hogan-
11 years old, I didn't know that. I thought Hulk Hogan lifted him up with his 24-inch pythons,
exactly.
lifted him through
but
the
at
heavens,
least
and
Hulk Hogan
slammed
had a
him down
fighting
on the
chance.
mat. 1, 2, 3, baby.
Yeah, but
Visually-
that's a great point. To it
Visually,
because
you thought he had a fighting chance. Visually,
okay, yes. But the other thing is that you go back to exactly what Bleeka said when he was 11 years old. And that's the thing. You're an adult now looking at it being like, there's no way that this guy can win against this. But to all the kids that are growing up around that time, he absolutely could win because this is like, you got to look at it like that. Like, you can't always look
He was
at it
a
and say,
superhero,
oh,
bro. He was a
but
super. Hulk Hogan was a superhero.
I get that. But what I'm
Daniel Bryan looked like Sami Zayn's homeless little brother. That's what he looked like.
Yes,
But
he
he
had the
wrestled
technical talent
out of
to win.
his
That was more
damn mind.
malnourished.
No,
He looked
Okay,
like a
but
not the
malnourished
same.
hobo.
So and then that's the problem that you'll have with that argument a lot of the time because you can sit there and say, I mean, go back even like years and years ago. Go back to Kurt Hennig back in the day. Kurt Hennig going against Nick Bockwinkel. Nick Bockwinkel was a clear-cut great champion, and all of a sudden you had this little runt that was, his dad was Larry the Axe, and this little runt beats him, and it's just like, how the fuck is this?
Kurt
guy
Hennig wasn't that much smaller than Bockwinkel.
He was smaller than him. He was
Not
a
that
twig.
much smaller.
modern wrestling, it doesn't matter what you look like, obviously.
No, it should
anymore.
matter. It should matter.
And Daniel Bryan is the poster child for why that's okay.
Yeah,
no,
and
it's
then,
not
you know,
okay. But that's their excuse why it's okay.
I get news for
Well,
you. Like,
he's amazing in the ring, and if you don't see that,
Ray,
I
Ray
see
Mysterio-
him
Ray
amazing.
Mysterio,
Listen,
the
if he's
littlest
fighting Finn Balor,
been winning
I'm all with
fucking
it.
WrestleManias for eons, bro. Rey Mysterio. He's been in with all of them, and he's
okay.
Yeah, and
so,
Rey Mysterio should be with the smaller guys.
all right. Main event. Are we at the main event now?
Well, we gotta talk about the Usos.
The Usos.
Usos. Yeah,
Ooh.
I cooked during that match. I didn't care about it.
Can I say what happened to, like, okay, so you got whatever Zayn or whatever. Why isn't he like a Viking / fucking tribesman? And like, I don't know, why does wrestling not do that anymore? Why is everybody just
They do. They have the Viking Raiders, but I mean, he's from Canada, so he can't be a Viking.
Why is everybody just a dude now?
And to be honest, Sammy probably more than anybody does embrace his identity. I don't know if you know much about him, but like he wasn't allowed to go to the Saudi Arabian shows until just this year because he's half Syrian.
Oh,
yeah.
And wouldn't renounce so to honor his mother for a long time when he wore ring gear before he went full homeless. When he wore like full ring pants, he would actually have some Syrian word on the back of his trunks.
When it was Generico?
All right, well, why does
No, that was when he was a fake luchador in Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor.
It'd be the lumberjack or something. All I'm saying is there's not enough fucking gimmick in wrestling. Everybody's like a dude, like a sports guy, and they're all emulating like off my couch. They all look like they just.
Well, you don't think there's a good gimmick in a scrawny little guy that could pretend he could beat up big dudes?
They haven't had a job in a while. The wife's supporting them. They got a few kids. They haven't
the whole trades and gimmicks thing is almost what killed wrestling, because you had garbage men and hockey players, and it doesn't
I know it was ridiculous. They
went the whole one way out with that. Like, there's a middle ground. You could have some gimmicks. Like Evil Doink was a great gimmick.
That was the surprise of the night was Gunther losing, right, though?
Yeah,
I could see Evil Doink pulled off the right way today, working.
Yeah, I will say this for the Usos match, as far as anything, Biggie had the comment of the night during that match. As far as like, he had the best comment regarding that match at all, when Biggie said after about the 17th super kick, Shawn Michaels is rolling. Now Shawn Michaels is alive and well, but Biggie's comment is Shawn Michaels.
Well, he's alive. I don't know how well he is. He looks like a broke down carny with a.
He looks pretty bad. Yeah.
For all intents and purposes, he's alive, and Biggie's like, Shawn Michaels is rolling over in his grave with all these super kicks, but he's 100% right. Shawn Michaels watched his finisher get just thrown around like it was absolutely nothing in that match for about 5 minutes straight. They're just kicking each other in the face.
There was like 40 kicks, 40 super kicks.
There was so many kicks. Like the one fight was all slaps. This one was all super kicks.
For. There was actually an internet joke where the Young Bucks mentioned that if one of their dream matches would be someday somewhere to face the Usos in a match, and somebody's comment was there would literally be 7,000 super kicks.
Oh yeah,
I want to see that.
Match.
I want to see.
Yeah, it would be a super kick party for real.
Well, let me ask you guys. You guys watch modern wrestling a lot more than I do. Like I'm in and out. Why did we have a need to see the Usos in a WrestleMania match? Have we seen this match like a million times already?
I know for sure.
That really could have been the first match. It really could have.
That could have been the first one.
It's the it goes into the whole bloodline and what they were trying to do with it. But the problem
did we really need that though?
Why did WWE pay to get Jey Uso that yeet gimmick? My God, let the indie wrestler who had it keep it. The fact that somebody made money off of such a stupid thing. Yeet.
And the poor guys on the indies making $50 a week is just like that. That's the worst part.
No, he got. Here's the end of that was $75,000. That's
Good
what
for
the
him.
WWE paid him for a word.
That was
Exactly.
gone in
But good.
cocaine and fucking pain pills in like 2 weeks. 75
No,
grand.
but you know what though? At least it's going to somebody that like needs it. Where it's just like because I mean it's just like if that's the guy's gimmick, and he's literally just an indie wrestler. Like it is rough to take his whole gimmick away. It's just like so you've been toiling away at this, and you've been building a following slowly. You'll never work for us, but can we have that word? We'll give you $75,000.
Word for a stupid gimmick.
It is the stupidest word ever. I hate that word.
Listen, he got paid 75 grand for a stupid word and a stupid gimmick, so good for him.
And his lawyer made I don't know how much. His lawyer is Jim Cornette's lawyer. Stephen P. took that case.
What did you think about The Rock and his belt tonight?
I thought that was so smarmy bullshit. Like he literally,
Dude, I was mad.
He basically gave himself a belt and rubbed the legacy of Muhammad Ali on it, and then paraded it out there like it meant something. How do people not realize how full of shit, fake, phony this dude is? He's only charitable when there's a camera on him. I despise The Rock.
Yeah, but that was the whole point, to be like
ridiculous, furious at him. This guy just comes out and gives himself a belt. Who did he beat for it? He didn't do shit.
Isn't that Biggie was fucking mad as hell. Biggie was fucking furious.
He was upset.
It was awesome.
He to Philadelphia to cheer that guy.
I thought it perfectly fit the role of what he's doing right now. Like as far as being an asshole heel,
he's being a good heel. He's being a great heel. He's doing it pretty well.
If you're a good heel, you can do just about anything in Journey. Like Journey doesn't care what you do. He's just being a good heel. Leave him alone. He
is a heel. That's he likes the fellow heels. That's the whole point.
What is Dwayne's head made out of? Rich Corinthian leather too. My God, his skin looks weird.
He was commenting this.
He looks weird because he has got old skin on his head. That's why.
He kept calling him old head the entire match. It was amazing.
Rock looks great, but his head looks old.
Did you see all the holes in his head?
Is that where he shoots the steroids?
Maybe.
Quite
Did you
possibly.
notice that he didn't have his pump on like I don't know, he didn't seem as pumpy as usual. I don't know. Like I know he's still a big guy. Obviously, his arms are huge, but his chest seemed a little not like I don't know. It seemed like he had an old man body.
His arms and his thighs were looking quite massive.
His thighs were like freaking calf thighs.
His thighs were larger than Seth. His one thigh was larger than Seth's entire
He's got like dinosaur legs. Like he's got like
People's elbow reversal was disgusting too. I think Bleeker said, "Oh, come on, Rock, you saw that coming."
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, also too in the very beginning of the match when he got slapped in the back, like I mean he just like the look on Rock's face when he getting slapped in the back, he's just like
that was the best look when he smacked him on the back and he gave him the like, "Oh, you mother!"
The smack
it was
around
almost
the world.
my head from my spine, like
when he hit Cody with the fucking leather belt. That sounded like it hurt so bad. That hurt me, and I was just watching. I was like, "Oh,
but
fuck!"
It didn't sound as bad as when what's her face smacked that chick with her hair. That sounded worse. That sounded worse.
That's just evil.
That belt smack sounded pretty brutal.
Yeah.
But as far as everything goes, that like, as a main event, I liked that. I thought it was a good main event. I think
it was interesting.
Do you think it's just because The Rock was there? Because I don't know, Cody didn't do too much. I was
expecting more from him, really. I was expecting more trash talking. He trash talked so much back in the day. He was kind of really quiet today.
That just sort of took a beating the whole fucking night.
Yeah,
I like the fact that The Rock kept yelling at the referee to tell him, "You better not count."
Stop counting.
Okay, Seth Rollins' ring attire when he came to the ring. Can we finally talk about this?
Yes, please.
Oh my god!
Just the
I have a Barbie from the 1980s. It was called a Rose Barbie, and it literally has the same outfit, just in a red twirly dress going around with the flower on top of her corner right there, and that's all I could picture during the entire thing.
The best part was I think Bleeker said that stuff. He's like, that is because they were speculating that he was going to betray Cody. He's like, That is the outfit of a betrayer. He's like, nobody has
That's right.
That's the outfit of a mental patient. We're from the same town. The fuck's wrong with you?
Oh, I got Queen of Heart vibes right away.
It was majestic. That was definitely a Galaxy Rose thing happening, and the longest train of all time, by the way. That outfit must have weighed 50 pounds. No lie.
All I gotta say, Liberace must have been eating his heart out looking at that outfit.
It took like 4 people to carry it away.
And then he gets in the ring and he's like staring the Rock down. Like what the?
Oh yeah, I got it. I figured it out. So hold on. I figured out why his shit was so long is because he thought he was getting married to the Rock. That's why it looked like that.
I'll tell you something. It is pretty intimidating seeing a guy dressed up like that staring you down. Like, well, hold on a second. What the hell is going on over here?
We define intimidation.
There's something wrong going on in that brain.
It was definitely peacocking. It was amazing. It was great.
I said when we were watching it, I was like, you know what? There's definitely people that are fucking freezing right now that are like, can I get a piece of that coat, please?
He definitely beat Rihanna's Super Bowl outfit from last year. He did that. This was definitely one ahead of it.
It was very Met Gala, and I appreciated the thought that was put into
You guys
that.
didn't watch the pre-show, right?
No, I didn't see that.
There was a line in the pre-show that went really unappreciated, and I can't wait for it to come back when they eventually work a program together. CM Punk was asked why he doesn't respect Seth Rollins, and he said, "Look how he dresses." and I just thought to myself, at some point, those guys are going to work a program together, and Punk is going to let him have it. On the
that was who they were supposed to face. He was supposed to face Seth Rollins.
But he got hurt.
He never had Roman in the picture. It was supposed to be him and Seth.
Seth took a beating that entire match. Like Cody was barely involved in the whole freaking thing. It was just Seth getting just manhandled.
They're either setting Seth up to look like the toughest ass person tomorrow night when he has his match tomorrow, or they're setting it up for him just to lose his belt. They're gonna take it right away from him. So,
no, there's not a chance he's gonna win tomorrow. Not a chance.
Probably 10 minutes left in me.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually got to head out myself. I got to go to bed pretty soon.
Yeah, we got.
I need to go eat food.
There's no reason to believe that Drew's gonna lose to Seth tomorrow, though.
Oh no, he's winning. He's winning hands down.
Yeah, what if they want to make Seth into this amazing, this hero?
Then you know what? I'm done. If that's the case, if they have Seth win, unless CM Punk comes, Punk comes and hits Drew with the crowbar.
Oh, hold on. We forgot to talk about something. Okay, so we did get a Roman spearing Rock spot.
Yes.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
that's right.
And Rock looked at Roman Reigns pretty hard in that spot.
He wasn't happy.
He gave him a look. He gave him a look.
Rock's gonna kick his nephew's ass.
He might. He might have to whoop his candy ass.
Or
cousin. Lead into some shit. Yeah, that
they're actually not related.
I don't think any of them are.
Well,
except for a couple of them.
Well, no, the Usos are absolutely related.
That's what I mean.
Like,
they're
not
related.
Rock. Roman and the Usos are related.
Yeah,
Solo's
Rock
related.
Supposedly married.
Hey, no, hold on. Rock is cousins with Rikishi, isn't he?
He's like he's married in.
Nope. Go back up the bloodline and see how the Inoue and Maya Via bloodlines are connected.
Wait, isn't Rikishi cousins with the Rock?
No. So go back to the family tree they showed, and when you realize that the Maya Via branch and the Inoue branch, if I'm not saying that right, sorry, there's weird symbols in there. I don't know. I say Inoue. So the Inoue Maya Via connection is that they made a blood oath. They were blood brothers. There is no actual relation there. Now, I believe on The Rock's grandmother's side, he would technically be a cousin to Roman, but it would be like 6 times removed, which I'm probably I'm probably Boston Chris's cousin 6 times removed. I mean, you go far enough back, most of us are related.
Yeah, but it's a little different though from those islands. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you have,
and I get it, but yeah, there's not an actual bloodline there.
I thought I could have sworn that Rikishi and him were cousins.
No,
I guess
they are not.
Yeah,
they did that gimmick back then too.
Where's Haku? Where's Haku fit in the bloodline?
So he's
basically all the people you're naming are members of the Fatu family. The Jacob Fatu, like all those guys are related to Roman Reigns.
What about Snuka?
Would be related to The Rock.
Oh wow.
Yes, so he's a
Maivia. All right.
Yeah,
All right,
so that's
Snuka,
the Maivia line.
So Snuka and Tamina were Rock's cousins.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just like and I think too, outside of that whole thing, a lot of it could be like a business thing as well, where it's just like we'll put you through and say, like the blood oath and all the rest of it. It's like it's easier for us to get together and work if we all kind of say that we're either related or that we know each other that well, or we're close enough to say that, just so that, because they used to always refer to those guys before there was any sort of bloodline or anything like that, they were always called the Island Boys. And they would always kind of be like, yeah, the Island Boy, and they would all work and travel together. So you have like the Barbarian and all those guys, and like they knew each other. And some of them just,
I had to look it up just so I could tell the story right. So the grandfather of The Rock, Peter Maivia, real name Fanine Anderson, and the grandfather of Roman Reigns, Amatuana Ianoai, were blood brothers. The two had performed a ceremony called a blood oath to become connected to one another, the idea being that each person's blood flows through the other's veins. So that's the bloodline.
Okay.
All right.
Well, what about
They're
Yokozuna?
not actual relations. You know what I mean? Now,
Don't tell them that.
No, Roman Reigns is related to the Usos as first cousins. His father is brothers with their father.
What about Yokozuna?
Would be an uncle to all of them. He would be an uncle to the Usos and to Roman Reigns.
What about the Tonga Kid?
You're asking too many fucking questions. Just leave it at
He's gonna go in like 2 minutes. This is too long to explain.
I want to say Tonga Kid is related to Roman Reigns.
What about Alpha and Sika?
The only ones that are
now you've
fucking
named his
dirty.
father, so yes, Roman Reigns' dad.
It's easier, Becker. It's easier to.
I can do
tell
this
who-
all day,
who
Journey.
isn't.
Unlike you, I actually know.
Another time, Pop's trying to move this along. He's like, let's go, damn it. Yeah.
What about the Haiti Kid? Does he have any relation to them?
For the total night stars, I'd give it like a solid 3.9. There was a lot of meh.
I would also
But
give it about
it
there.
delivered where it needed to. It delivered enough.
I wanted more double crossing. I wanted more new appearances.
Yeah.
I missed all of that. Yeah.
You'll get it tomorrow night.
I know, but I wanted something today.
I'd say 3.5, but I reserve judgment till after tomorrow. On the whole, I want to give it a whole judgment.
Okay.
The 3.5 for tonight,
I'm going to give it 3 stars, but I will have a pending for tomorrow. Depending on if anything from today pays off tomorrow, I might raise those stars, or I might lower the stars. If 7's up winning tomorrow, it goes out to 2.5 today.
Oh shit!
Well, for me, I was told that tag match was going to be the WrestleMania match of the biggest ever. So I was highly disappointed. It was not. The crowd participation was very low. The speed of the match, there was a lot of brawling. It looked like a stone cold fight most of the freaking match. It was a bunch of brawling. So I'm gonna give them a 2.0.
Wow.
Out of 40 WrestleManias, it might have been 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I can't be
see
mad
that.
at that score. I can't be mad at that.
Can't be mad at it.
Oh.
It might pick up tomorrow. We'll see.
It might.
But as of right now, that was pretty trash. Like, it wasn't a great.
I wouldn't call it
All the
trash.
matches. The first match was the best match. It was the most technical match. Was the girls from the beginning.
I've seen way worse WrestleMania than this, but if this was it, like there was no other matches that were coming tomorrow, then I'd be with you. 2.0 all
I would
the
say
way.
1 if there was no tomorrow. Yeah,
There's no WrestleMania 11.
Yeah.
You know, I hate that they got rid of the Battle Royal. I wish they had the Battle Royal as part of WrestleMania.
Hey, can we just talk about how dead the crowd was in the last match?
It was dead. It was dead.
Quiet, man.
We were making excuses for how quiet it was. Yeah, we was trying to figure out why.
There's no excuses. The matches suck. That's why.
All right, everybody. Pop says to wrap it up.
Yeah.
You getting rid of us, Pop?
Bleecker church tomorrow?
Yes, sir. 10:45 a.m.
In a few hours.
You make us all get out of here for your freaking wrestling recap, and then you tell us get the hell out of here.
Commentary, what will you be up to tonight?
Well, clearly
It's
not
fairly
here.
early for you. You might want to start a stream and start ranting about stuff. You don't know. It's
I don't got
early.
the energy. I don't got to energy to host my own stream.
We got to do this all tomorrow again, plus church in the morning. So
Yeah, I don't got the fucking energy.
yeah. Oh, there's also Slammies are happening during the same time as church tomorrow. So
I'd imagine we'll all be at church tomorrow. So there
We'll
you go.
all be there.
Yeah. I'd like to thank K-pop and Bleecker and everybody for the hangout. That made the Mania 4.
You're welcome.
It was awesome.
It was lots of fun.
That was very cool. Appreciate it very much.
Yeah, good times.
Unlike WWE with their lack of heels.
And I'm out too.